going to be discussing which piercings I found the least and most painful. So starting off with my most recent piercing, which you might not be able to tell, is my septum piercing. I got this done at a very reputable piercing place, and this was easily a 2 out of 10 piercing pain. Again, because I went to a very reputable place, I think I also just had a very good experience because of that, because not only is it very, very even through my septum, but it also barely felt like anything. Like I couldn't really feel the clamps at all, and then the piercing, the most it did was make my eyes water, but the actual pain, really minimal. And so far the healing pain has also been really minimal as well. Next up is lip piercings, which again, you should really only go to a reputable piercing place to get, because again, messing around with anything in your face can go wrong. And with my lip piercings, I'd rate them about a 5 or 6 out of 10 at maximum. The weirdest part of the experience was just how soft your lips feel, because when the needle goes through, you can feel a lot of that and it feels quite buttery. And I think that was more unpleasant than the pain itself, was like the softness of it, as opposed to like the actual like needle itself. The second piercing was more painful than the first, so if you are getting snake bites at the same time, then you are going to have a second piercing that is more painful. But again, I didn't really have any issues sitting there on my own getting them done. Although I will say that the healing for snake bites does take quite a long time. You are going to have a swollen lip. I accidentally chipped my tooth because of the bars being so long after the swelling before I could go and get them changed, that I accidentally just ended up biting down and chipping one of my teeth. So you do need to be careful with them, but again, they're not that bad to get. Next up, earlobe piercings. I mean, they feel like nothing. I say like a 2 out of 10 maximum. Like they are the easiest one to get. They are pretty much everybody's first piercing for a good reason. They barely hurt. They're so easy to heal, very easy to clean. You're fine. Next up is a helix piercing, which is through your cartilage. These do sting a little bit. I'd say maybe like a 3 or 4 out of 10. But again, they're not so bad. I'd actually say the worst part of getting a helix piercing through an area like this is literally just the healing, because for about a month, 2 months, you cannot sleep on that side of your head. Definitely don't do both sides at the same time. Next up is my Daith piercing, which again is a pretty recent one. This was maybe about a 6 out of 10. This was quite painful. Like it was more getting it all the way through that was quite unpleasant. Although so far it is healing a little quicker than my helix. And finally, chest piercings. No baby, these are easily like a 8 or 9 out of 10. These are very, very painful, especially if you're getting both done at the same time, because it's going to be worse for the second because you know what to expect. I have no shame in saying that I let out a very loud yelp. And a little bit of crying. At the end of the day, piercings are going to hurt, and again, your pain tolerance, your pain levels are entirely dependent on you as a person. However, if you want to get a piercing, as long as you're aware of the fact that they're going to need good aftercare and attendance, and it's going to hurt, you'll be fine.